Did you know that 90% of YouTube channels quit before publishing their 100th video? I should know because I did the same thing onto this channel. I think I uploaded about 15, 20 videos, haven't posted on this channel for a year. Life happens, and there we have it. All we can do is get past it and move forward. But every single successful creator will tell you the same thing. Their first 100 videos were the worst. And making them was the best thing that they ever did. We are on day 6 of my 90-day journey from 115 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers. And today I'm revealing why your first 100 videos will change everything about your YouTube success and why waiting for perfection is the biggest mistake that you can make. Trust me, I've done it too. And I've studied so many successful channels and I've discovered something fascinating. The creators who achieve breakthrough success aren't necessarily the most talented when they start. And they're the ones that committed to the power of 100. In case you're wondering, this is a principle taught by Dan Lok. Last name is spelled L-O-K. And it's the single most important concept for new creators to understand. Today, I'm going to break down exactly why 100 videos is the magic number and what happens during those first 100 videos, how to stay consistent through the journey, and what to expect on the other side based on Dan's principles. Whether you haven't uploaded your first video yet, or maybe you're stuck at 15 wondering if this is even worth it, this video, I hope, will transform how you think about YouTube growth. If you're serious about building a successful channel, the power of 100 is your roadmap. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, let me address the mindset that stops most creators before they even start. The biggest lie in content creation is that you have to be good before you even begin. That you need to have perfect equipment, perfect skills, perfect confidence before you hit publish. The truth is actually the complete opposite. You become good by just starting. You develop skills by publishing. You build confidence through repetition. Now, Dan teaches a principle that changed my entire approach to YouTube, and that is you don't want to wait until you're ready. You become ready by starting. The power of 100 is that framework that makes it possible. Today, we're going to cover 4 critical elements. Why 100 videos is the transformation threshold, what actually happens during your first 100 videos, how to maintain consistency without burning out. This one's a hard one. And then what changes after you hit 100 videos. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll understand why volume in the beginning beats perfection and you have a clear roadmap for your first 100 videos. Why 100 videos? Why is this the magic number? It's actually based on how skill development works. Research on expertise show that significant improvement requires what psychologists call deliberate practice, and it's repeated attempts with feedback and adjustment. Now, for YouTube creators, 100 videos represents 100 opportunities to practice your on-camera practice. Let's face it, it is awkward looking at a camera when no one's even talking back to you. But this also gives us 100 chances to test different content approaches, 100 data points to understand what your audience wants, and 100 lessons in what works and what doesn't. Think about it this way. If you publish 1 video a week, 100 videos will take you nearly 2 years. 2 years of consistent learning, improving, and building. It's not just content, that's a complete transformation. But here's what a lot of people don't realize. The transformation isn't linear. You don't improve by 1% with each video. Instead, you hit breakthrough moments, usually around 20 or video 50, and of course video 100. That's when everything suddenly clicks. For example, I have another channel with 16,000 subscribers. I started to create content that was just, I think it was almost too niche down, and I felt like I was in this little bubble. The number of views I got were 20, 50, nothing too crazy. But it wasn't until I started to test different areas in my niche, and I started to broaden my niche, I was able to figure out what my audience actually wants. And I was able to figure out what made the YouTube algorithm happy. And then my videos of 50 and 20 started to turn into 10,000, 20,000, 95,000 views. The data doesn't lie. 90% of channels quit before 100 videos. And channels that reach 100 videos are 10 times more likely to reach monetization. The average successful creator's breakthrough video comes between video 40 and 80. Creators who publish 100 plus videos have 5 times higher subscriber. This is what I want to do differently on this channel that I didn't do on my other channel. On my other channel, I posted maybe once or twice a week. And obviously posting that amount, there's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't grow as quickly. It took me longer to figure out what my audience wanted. Now, I was lucky because I was still able to monetize that channel within 90 days. But with this channel, I want to move things a little quicker, which is why I decided to have a goal of uploading 90 videos in 90 days, because I want to get monetized quickly on this channel. Now, after 90 days, I keep uploading every single day? Probably not. I'm definitely going to cut that down a little bit, but I want to hit momentum in my channel. And 90 days is a great way to do it. This isn't about every video has to be perfect. It's about the compound effect of consistent improvement over time. Honestly, your first few videos is going to be awkward. It's going to be uncomfortable. You know what? They may not be very good. And that's exactly how it should be. You're going to experience extreme self-consciousness on camera. You're going to stumble over words. You're going to lose your train of thought. Videos in the beginning are going to take hours to create. You're going to have disappointingly low view counts, and you're going to question whether it's worth it. You know what? What's actually happening in the background that you cannot see is you are developing muscle memory for being on camera. You're learning your editing software. You're discovering what topics you enjoy discussing, and you're starting to understand YouTube's systems. And you're also building the habit of consistent content creation. Now, Dan Locke goes on to say, your first videos will be your worst, and that's perfect. The reason why is because you can't skip this phase. Every successful creator went through it. The only difference is they kept going. You know what? My first few videos, I rambled. And you know what? My future videos, I'm still going to be rambling because it's a learning process. My lighting was awful, and I don't know how, look at the glares. My lighting is still awful. You have to start not being perfect. Sometimes it may not even take until your 20th video before you start to slightly feel comfortable being on camera. What happens is your editing is going to get faster, and you start to understand what makes a good thumbnail, and your thumbnail creation starts to get faster. You're going to start to develop your unique voice and style. You're going to start to understand your audience, and you're going to learn to read your analytics and adjust. I'm going to help you because every Monday I'm going to go through my analytics and explain what's going on. Of course, I'm still learning as well, but you're going to start building a small but engaged viewer base. Honestly, your growth will be small and will be slow. You will be discouraged, and you're going to have some videos where it's going to take you hours to create, but you're only going to get 30 views. But this is what you can't see. YouTube is learning about your content. The algorithm is testing your videos with a small audience to understand who they serve. You're building the foundation for exponential growth. And something else is happening is YouTube learning whether they can trust you or not. Are you some spammer that's going to post 50 videos in a day and then not post for the rest of the year? Or are you a creator that's going to be consistent? Now, by video 50, you've crossed that critical threshold. You're no longer a complete beginner. You've experienced data, understanding. You'll start to feel comfortable on camera, believe it or not. And you might even enjoy it. The production of your content is going to be so much quicker. And then your view count will hopefully get a little higher, maybe hundreds per video. And by then, you'll start to get a clear understanding of what content works. This is where your YouTube journey starts to feel possible. You're seeing your growth, comments are coming in, subscribers are finding you, and you start to think to yourself, this might actually work. Now, something crazy happened. It's called the compound effect, because your older videos are starting to work for you. So don't delete them. Videos that you published months ago are bringing in views and subscribers, and you're experiencing the compound effect of consistent publishing. Here's the thing. Even if you get low views on your video, you don't want to delete that video because it's data for YouTube to analyze. I've seen creators create a video and they say after a year it started to finally get traction, which is totally beyond me. That's actually really crazy how that happens, but it happens. Next is the momentum phase. The final push to 100 is where everything accelerates. You have momentum, understanding, and a growing audience. And what you're going to experience is you're going to be natural on camera. You're going to be so quick for when you produce your videos. Your videos are going to start to be a consistently higher view count, and you have a clear content strategy based on your results, and you're going to really start to be excited about creating because you know it's working. Now, what's actually happening is you are becoming a skilled content creator. Your audience is actively engaged and growing. You're creating content that gets recommended, and you're approaching or have already reached monetization. And by video 100, you're not the same person that you were when you published your first video. You've completely transformed. How do you consistent? The biggest challenge isn't creating 100 videos. It's staying consistent long enough to reach 100. And here's why people quit. And I think most creators start with very high motivation. They're excited, they're energized, they're ready to conquer YouTube. But motivation is an emotion, and emotion fluctuates. By video 15, when the views are still low and progress feels slow, motivation disappears. And I wish, when I created that channel that I have of 16,000 subscribers, I wish I would have kept my piece of paper, because I'm looking for a piece of paper. I literally every day wrote down how many subscribers I got, how many video views, my stats. And the first 30 days was so incredibly painful. I'm like, it's going to take me 3 years to get monetized. But I was able to do it in 90 without posting every single day. Now, the question is, how do you do this when you're working full time? Trust me, this was a struggle for me. And I learned that having a schedule and making sure your entire family knows your schedule is the best way to succeed in this. Say you work your 9 to 5. I used to close my office door from the hours of 6 to 8 and have a sign says do not disturb, because that's when I was working on my channel. I found that every couple minutes I'd get up and go do something, get up and go do laundry, get up and go whatever, cook dinner or whatever. That's not being productive. What's productive is you sitting down for 2 hours straight, not moving, not doing anything. Sit down 2 hours straight, productive work, or however long you have. For me personally, I was more of a weekend warrior, whereas I would batch produce my content. Instead of making one video at a time and having to do my hair and makeup every single day, I would do my research on one day, research and planning, and then I would produce however many videos I wanted to get done that week. I would actually record in one day. Then the next day I would do my thumbnails, and then I would upload. I think that's the hardest part, is finding a schedule that works for you and one that is realistic for you to adhere to. Now, ideally, what you want to do is create your content in advance. I never did this in the past. I should have done it in the past. That's what smart people do. What I'm in this channel specifically, I'm actually creating content 2 weeks in advance, because I know I'm going to have days where I have migraines or doctor's appointments or whatever. For me, waking up that day and not knowing what content I'm going to create stresses me out. It eliminates the daily question of what should I make today? Now, not only do you have to have a schedule, but you want to be realistic. How many videos can you publish and upload every single week? Trust me when I tell you you may not even know the answer right away, because your first video that you record, you produce, you edit, you do the thumbnail, you upload, is going to take a long time. After you do all that, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't do any more than one a week. But I can tell you, over time, you're going to get quicker. It's almost like when you start a new job, it takes you forever to do the smallest task, right? But then after a week or two, or depending on how often you do it, you master it and you become quicker and you find shortcuts. The best way to learn how to do this YouTube thing is by doing. One of my struggles when creating content is I would think of an idea, then it would spawn into another idea, and then something else, and then something else, and then something else. What I do now is I have a 2-hour rule. I limit myself to 2 hours per video because this forces me to be efficient and prevents perfectionism. And I definitely do not want to derail from consistency. Now, a lot of creators have obstacles. Number one, they think that they do not have the time. And the reality is you have the time for what you prioritize. If YouTube matters to you, you'll find 2 to 3 hours per week, because you know what? That's less time than most people watch Netflix. The solution is you want to batch your production. You film your 3 videos in a 3-hour session on a Saturday, you edit them throughout the week, and you publish consistently. Another obstacle you might have is your videos are not getting views. The reality is your first 50 videos probably won't get many views. It's normal and it's expected because you're building skills and the algorithm is seeing what you are all about. So what you want to do is just focus on the process and not the result. Celebrate publishing, not the view counts, because the views will come after you built the foundation. Now, another obstacle could be, I don't know what content to create. And the reality is you might be overthinking because you know your audience has questions. You want to solve them. The solution to this is, if you have a niche, simply use YouTube's search bar topic and see what auto completes. Because what happens is you go to YouTube, you type in your niche, you're going to see a drop down of results. Those are questions that people are actively searching for. What you want to do is make videos answering those questions. Another obstacle could be, I'm not improving fast enough. And unfortunately, improvement isn't linear. You're going to have plateaus followed by breakthroughs. You just have to trust the process. What you want to do is review your analytics every 10 videos and look for patterns. What's working? Do more of that. What's not working? You have to adjust or eliminate it. Now, here's something that we all experience. I feel like giving up. Everyone feels this way. The difference between successful creators and those who quit is simply continuing through this feeling. Now, what you want to do when you feel this way is remember why you started. You want to connect with other creators, celebrate small wins, and commit to just one more video, then one more after that. One of the reasons why I'm doing this 90-day challenge in public is accountability. Because when you commit publicly, you're far more likely to follow through. Here's what I recommend. Create public accountability. Announce your commitment to 100 videos. Share your progress regularly. Join a community of creators and find an accountability partner. And definitely track your progress. Keep it simple, maybe on a spreadsheet, and check out your growth every 10 videos. Now, after 100 videos, you'll likely have your 1,000 subscribers. And you should, if not monetized, close to being monetized. Your videos should be getting, hopefully, hundreds or 1,000 views. You're going to have a library of content working for you 24/7. And the algorithm, YouTube's algorithm understands and promotes your content. Now, what happens to you personally, if you've proved to yourself that you can commit and follow through, you've developed a valuable skill set, you've created something that you can be proud of. And here's what people don't realize. Your 100th video benefits from all 99 videos. Each video adds to your watch time, creates another entry point to your channel, builds authority in your niche, and gives YouTube more data about your content. Now, my commitment to you is 90 videos in 90 days. Will every video be great? No. And in fact, it's weird because the videos in the past that I've done that I think will do well, don't. And then the videos that I think are absolutely horrible, the ones that do well. It's funny how that works. We're now on day 6 of my 90-day journey, and I hope this video has transformed how you think about your first 100 videos. The power of 100 isn't just a strategy, it's a mindset shift from perfection to progress, and from waiting to starting, and from hoping to doing. Here's my challenge to you. Commit to your first 100 videos right now, not someday, not when you're ready, right? If you haven't started yet, commit to publishing your first video this week. Just one. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to exist. If you want to follow my journey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I upload a video every single day. I go live on Friday, and then on Mondays, I do a review of the week before, and I'm going to document this entire process. You'll see my successes, my failures, everything I learned along the way.